December 8th. Why the month of December is not so bad. So this morning I read a quote on one of those social media blogs, not blogs but sites we tend to be on, from a friend of mine, Natalia. And she said, "Hello December, you are the last one, so be the best one." And I really liked that. And I wanted to mention that and start with that. And as well as yesterday I talked to my mother-in-law, and she mentioned a couple of things for the blog, gave me a couple of ideas. So today what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to bring other people's points of view and, or the way they their opinions as well into this series. Now I know that my friend Natalia today, she has a big final. My daughter has finals, so it reminded me it's finals for the semester of the end of the semester for some of you, which it means stress, which it means that emotional battle of, gosh, I hope I'm gonna remember everything through the testing. Most people don't like tests. Few people do. For those that they do, it's almost like a game. It's time to see how much they've learned and they have acquired. For most, it's almost like it's just so stressful that it's easy just to mess up things that you otherwise know. But under the pressure, under the tension, it's easy to just mess up. And because I guess it's a feel of, what if I don't make it? Then all my effort was for nothing. When in reality, and I say in reality, but in reality I feel that way too. All my efforts were for nothing. The perfectionist, I have to have, get A's or 10 out of 10, be the best, Can't afford to make mistakes. Now realizing that usually when you make a mistake, that's the way we learn, and it sticks with us. We don't just learn, but it sticks with us for the rest of our life. The mistakes are the ones that teach us more than all the perfection in the world. So that's one approach that I'm bringing today about Christmas, that it has to do with, it is the last month, make it the best. Let's end the year on a very, very good, happy note. But there's also the finals for some of you. Thank God I don't have to go through that. I had to in the past. I remember. Ugh. So thank God I don't have to go through that. But I am praying for the ones that I know that they're going through finals. I'm praying for your guys' success, because if you succeed, I feel like I succeed in a little, in a small part, just because you're part of my life and I'm part of your life, and we celebrate together, we mourn together. So I'm cheering for you. You have to succeed. You will succeed. Yay. Now, talking to my mother-in-law yesterday, she brought up 2 points that I thought were very good points. I didn't even think about it. And one was, what about the people, the families that have children, sons, daughters, husbands, wives in the military, and they will not be able to be part of the Christmas celebrations, or they will provide that surprise that everybody is just hoping and anticipating and just praying for. It is hard through those times for those families. I don't doubt that for 1 second. It's hard to be away from the loved ones, and it's not just, see, me and other people that are far away from family, we miss them, but they're not in a battle zone. So the chances of them losing their lives are way lower. But the families that have the loved ones in battle zones, they live with that 24/7. The chances of their loved ones losing their lives are much higher. So of course, they probably pray far more than we do, because there is a very, very, very good reason to pray and hold their loved ones in a protective, preferably bubble, so they will return back home intact, preferably not just in the body but in the mind as well. Just because sometimes you come back from battle intact in the body does not mean that the mind is not hurt. And the funny thing is, it takes the mind far longer to recover than body. My dog is getting in trouble, which is irritating me. Anyway, that being said, and another thing that so wrapping it up, for any of you that watch this, if you pray, because I understand not all of you pray and believe, and I'm fine with that. If you pray, do remember about the people that have the military families that don't have their loved ones with them. Also pray not just for their protection in the body and in the mind, that they will be able to get, I don't know the word, but there's a word, I remember in Romanian, not in American, but when you get to come home for the holidays, like a pass or something, and see your family. And something else that she mentioned was the foreigners in this land, but I would say all over the world. My uncle from California, he had to come to America because of his health. It was extremely bad. He came through Red Cross, through a process. He actually, the day before the 1989 revolution, he flew the last flight out of the country. After that, the borders closed, and he came to America, lives in California, because of a very, very, very severe asthma problem. And in Romania, he was in the hospital of more days than he was at home. He spent his life more in the hospital. So, but what happened is, because of the laws and because of whatever, politicians and things like that, it took, I believe, 8 or 9 years for his family to be able to come in, for both of them to reunite. Now, that's a long time to be away from family. The children are tiny. By the time they saw their father again, they were teenagers, and it was like a whole new world to start. You know, he left, he had small kids. When they united, the kids were teenagers. He missed so much, and he wasn't really a father, day-to-day father, for so long that he had to enter the fatherhood. Those are challenges. Those are real challenges for a lot of people that immigrate this way. For what is it? My uncle had to come literally to save his life. It was through Red Cross. It was a medical emergency. That's how he was able to get to America, but it took a very long time for his family to be able to unite. So I'm sure he's not the only case. And so I guess my thoughts are, and prayers as well, is with those families and people of those circumstances as well. It is not easy to be away from family. It's and especially when the circumstances are forced upon you. I have a choice. If I really, really want to see my family, I can get on a plane, pay $1 billion, you know, spend tremendous amount of time being stressed out on these long flights, but at the end I can still see them if I'm still alive. That's being said, 'cause that's how I feel like it just kills you. But it's different when you're forced and you can't do it, even if you're willing to go through all the things that I just mentioned. So I guess December. I'm in October? My brain is in October. No, December 8th. It's a bit of a reflection from other people's point of view, which I personally am really grateful for, because it just gives me a different just point of view, an idea, and different things to realize. Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. But those are very real, and very, very important things to pray either for them and be respectful about that, or be very thankful for our lives and our circumstances. This was a long one, I know. Come back with December 9th. Hopefully it will be a short one.